It's Tuesday again, and I would like to hang with you lads, but I'm off to listen to the new episode of the Slaven Selection Show. Play now or stay in dark forever.
Hi, it's episode 9, Slaven Selection Show. Today, the Internet of Things can be dangerous, literally. It was a rainy day in Krasnodar, a city being approximately 200 to 300 kilometers from the Ukrainian border. The city was founded in 1793 as a bastion by the Cossacks. And on July 10 last year, there weren't many people at the park. Russian submarine commander Stanislav Rozhitsky was knocked out cold with 6 shots from an ancient Makarov pistol while jogging in the park, thanks not only to his predictable jogging routine but also to his smart fitness watch and Strava app, which were most likely monitored by the Ukrainian Secret Service SBU. Rozhitsky was one of several Russian submarine captains that participated in an attack on Vinnytsia, Ukraine on July 14, 2022, an attack that murdered 27 people. The attacker reportedly chose to shoot the 40-year-old in a location with no surveillance camera coverage. Otherwise, it would appear on YouTube the following day. It seems like military intelligence assassin must adore Fitbit and similar apps. Where I come from, Navy is recognized as a branch that brings together the best minds, especially the submariners. Clearly, this was not the case. And if you can't live without exposing your heart rate and 10,000 steps a day to dedicated servers, you might want to reconsider your lifestyle. And this is especially true if you're a government official, diplomat, activist, investigative journalist, or God forbid a political activist in exile. It looks like submariner commanders are not immune either. You might like your smartwatch, and that's okay with me. Me, myself, I'll stick to my cheap, no connection G-Shock. Today, everything around us is either or it will become Internet of Things. Near-field communication, or NFC as they know it, is an edge IoT, but no less important. Then there's a Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, RFID, audio, MIDI, smart bulbs, stoves, refrigerators, toilets. I'm very confident someone will soon install sensors in your NASA foam mattress to monitor your nightmares as well as your sexual inclinations. And guess what? Happy Fork monitors your eating habit. Even a bottle of whiskey can track you. There is one brand, which I'll not going to name because they do not pay me to do so. That brand, they know when a bottle has been opened. Does it know how much you drank? Beats me, I guess it does. And your vehicle will soon have 90% software and 10% hardware worth. Your automobile will not deteriorate, but rather improve with time. But it will recognize that you stopped at a petrol station for cigarettes, even if it is electric and you claim not to smoke any longer. Your mistress parking place will be included in your GPS system's metadata. Never mind if you run over someone, that's another level. So the future might be good for some, but I'm going to mourn my dumb Telefunken TV, my Sony Walkman, and ZX Spectrum. I'm going to miss the days when technology was fun rather than threatening. I will undoubtedly miss my motorcycle, which nearly killed me several times due to spillage on a road or traffic conditions without ever warning me about it. Good boy. So, are you sure you want to living in a smart home? Did you know that you can manage your smart lights with a simple Python script? Start experimenting with Kali Linux without any authentication or encryption. You don't even need Python, you can connect to these devices directly as demonstrated in David's Bombal YouTube video. IoT devices have either poor or no security whatsoever. Guys, you truly need excellent passwords for your home network. Please, place your IoT devices on a separate VLAN, and seriously, don't be cheap. Instead of baby cameras that are easily hackable because of the SS7 or some other standard incorporated, get a reputable nanny. The SS7 protocol, or signaling system number 7 stack, is still used to connect networks from multiple mobile telecom operators, and these protocols were developed in the 1980s taking into account the parties' mutual trust. With the growth of IP communications and the proliferation of carriers, mobile networks have grown vulnerable to a variety of SS7 assault. Daniel Therrien, or Daniel Therrien, I'm not sure, Canada's Privacy Commissioner, has asked cell phone companies to address the SS7 vulnerabilities and strengthen the security of the cellular networks. The Commissioner pointed out that certain European countries appear to be ahead of Canada in forcing telecommunications providers to safeguard against these SS7 vulnerabilities. While the communications security establishment is legally responsible for securing government systems, it does not have the same power over privately owned telecom infrastructure in Canada. We also look at information from a major Brazilian telecoms company. This data set demonstrates that thousands of threats are generated every day, and that the main attacks are proportional over time, that the attacks are focused on a subset of attack sources and victims, and that attack orchestration is possible but unknown. These findings back up all of the concerns regarding SS7 vulnerabilities and prompt fresh recommendations for attack mitigation. IoT devices are really insecure, before you begin wiring your home into oblivion, you should conduct some study. Modifying technology is fantastic, and we see the results in Ukraine, where commercial drones bomb the crap out of Soviet steel, and Ukrainians use an alert and monitoring system comprised of inexpensive phones fastened to poles throughout a city to detect unwanted flying aircrafts. Shahed drones with noise levels comparable to motorbikes without exhaust pipes. Modifying technology is amazing, really. From freaking dial phones to modifying elevator controls, which I attempted once for fun and nearly got caught. You just rewire floors such that touching third sends you through a 13th floor. My superintendent was furious, but for God knows what reason, he concluded that someone attempted to steal the elevator control panel. I don't know, the level of thinking reminds me of that one allegedly highly educated naval officer running across the park wearing a Fitbit-like device. They hit him with a 9mm Makarov, not a torpedo. Science and technology are fantastic, and in other life, I would definitely seek a profession in them. In the early 1980s, Carnegie Mellon University installed its first Internet of Things device. It was a Coca-Cola vending machine. Students at the institution connected the vending machine to the internet, allowing them to check if the machine was stocked and the drinks were cold before heading out to buy a soda. Another early IoT device was a toaster invented by John Romke and Simon Hackett in 1990 that could be turned on and off remotely via the internet. By 1991, they had completely automated the toasting process, including a crane mechanism for inserting the bread. Kevin Ashton coined the term Internet of Things in 1999 while delivering a presentation at Procter & Gamble that combined RFID concepts. However, the concept of connecting things to the internet predates the formal moniker IoT. To summarize, while the term IoT was not coined until 1999, the earliest examples of linked devices deemed part of the Internet of Things occurred in the early 80s, with the Coca-Cola vending machine at Carnegie Mellon University being one of the oldest known IoT devices. So, when it comes to security, there is one case that is very well known, the Verkada case. It's probably the best known example of an IoT hack. They had it all: technical exploits, poor cyber hygiene, and the company's lack of responsibility in terms of securing important footage. The hackers discovered that cameras in one Alabama jail were placed inside vents, thermostats, and even defibrillators, and they were used to follow both convicts and correctional personnel using facial recognition technology. Hackers were monitoring everything in interrogation rooms and prison cells. Another big hit was the 2017 Equifax data breach, which was a major cybersecurity incident that exposed the personal information of almost 150 million Americans, like 15 million British citizens, and almost 20,000 Canadians. The breach occurred between May and July 2017 when hackers exploited a vulnerability in the Apache Struts software used by Equifax credit dispute website. The hackers were able to gain access to Equifax internal servers and databases, extracting a massive amount of sensitive personal data, including names, social security numbers, birthdays, addresses, and in some cases, driver's license numbers. However, in terms of technological history, it was from 7 years ago. Can you anticipate what would happen in your home today with all the modern technology, including AI? Martin Schallbruch, a former cybersecurity consultant for the German government, points out if you're responsible for a home full of smart devices, then you've basically become a system administrator. The ones that manage huge data centers, which means you have to treat your home like one, cataloging the devices, installing security patches, checking for software updates, changing passwords, and even setting protocols to make sure there were no hacking attempt invasion. Jeff Krum, an IBM Security Distinguished Engineer, said, "Did you know that every time you add a smart device to your home, you're adding entry points for bad actors to exploit them? Cars today have over 100 million lines of code in them. Think of it as an attack surface." And yes, plenty of room for bugs and exploitation. Privacy should be by default, not in fine printing. And if there's one thing I completely agree with Jeff on, that whatever enters into the chatbot should stay there, or better yet, be wiped once we gather the necessary information. Whatever you're using your chatbots for. IoT improved productivity and profitability, so it is not going anywhere anytime soon. The problem is in the cloud and servers our devices are communicating with. Can you go wrong with an IoT device? If you didn't know, not only do these devices spy on you, but they're also a frequent target for DDoS attacks. The Internet of Things has been utilized in medical for many years, and it's not a new concept. Internet of Medical Things. And this is where I see the biggest problem. My Navy buddy, who is today a respected medical doctor and nutritionist extraordinaire, experimented with the idea of monitoring patients' health long before anyone realized what IoT was. You would love this, Mr. K. I went through University of Florida program ATEC-Med, Transdisciplinary Education for Critical Hacks of Medical Devices, and it doesn't look optimistic. Is it safe to have insulin pump at all? Sure, someone can steal your hair and bioengineer a virus that can kill only you and your family, but that is still coming. IOMT is more likely to do that tomorrow instead. Another colleague of mine, a cybersecurity expert with 20 years of experience, had a benign lump on his throat. A doctor proposed him to put a monitoring device there, whatever that thing might have been, so he can monitor the development of the tumor. He said, "No way, Jose. If docs put it in, it's in a database. Anyone can track it." He did not go into technically obscure details, but coming from his expertise, I knew he has a reason not to trust it. Furthermore, medical IT guys can claim whatever they want about how safe it is, but if there is anything about you in the system, you can bet your data will be compromised sooner or later. Never mind the genuine big brother of IoT, 24-hour access to your pacemaker or kidney dialysis record. IoT devices can be utilized to provide remote health monitoring and emergency notification systems. These health monitoring devices range from blood pressure and heart rate monitors to complex equipment that can monitor specialist implants like pacemakers, Fitbit electronics, wristbands, and advanced hearing aids. Some hospitals, as I have said, that's dangerous, have started using smart beds that can detect when they're occupied and when a patient tries to get up. Well, many other things as well. It may also adjust itself to ensure that sufficient pressure and support are delivered to the patient without requiring human intervention from nurses. According to a Goldman Sachs analysis, healthcare IoT devices have the potential to save the United States more than $300 billion in yearly healthcare spending by increasing income and cutting costs. Okay, so they don't have a health coverage, and now they want to save some more. I mean, U.S. really. Specialized sensors can also be installed in living spaces to monitor elderly folks' health and overall well-being, while also guaranteeing that adequate treatment is delivered and supporting people in regaining lost mobility through rehabilitation. So yeah, then again, like one day they will, if they will install like something in our brain, like whatever, like the thing that is Elon Musk is doing now. And we're going to exchange, this sector will provide us with our needs in exchange for pure, uninhibited thoughts. So it is not enough to track our preferences through history, cookies, cache, and other non-sanitized traces, but the demand for raw, even unconscious neural transport might become a new currency on the market. That, whoever that will be, they will offer us interfaces so we can communicate electropathically. Yes, I came up with a word. Within our homes. Convenient, isn't it? And then once we get accustomed to this brave new world, they will offer a value in exchange for our neurotransmitters, communication, love, hate, ups and downs, and so on. If you don't have enough funds to purchase a living unit in a brand new fusion-powered gated community, it can be provided to you. All you have to do is sign the contract, and everything you remember might become someone else's possession. Heck, they may even sue you one day if you try to access certain cranial imprints more times than it was regulated in the contract. Do you think I'm exaggerating? If companies can copyright God-given colors and we have to pay for water, it's not going to stop there. Like T-Mobile, did you know that they actually they protected they're monetizing on their fuchsia color? That's crazy. We will sell ourselves for peanuts as usual. And Elon Musk is doing great work. However, I'm on the fence when it comes to his motives. Is he helping for sure, but it is going to be altruistic forever, or we just need more human rats to experiment on? Now, picture this. They fix your quadriplegia, and that costs money. At which exact moment are we going to start paying for that? When we have 10 rats? 100? 100,000? So, if you don't have money, we surely have terabytes of lust, sorrow, and regrets. Totally cashable. Our so seductive intranet of thoughts, us, and our family will become a corporate asset. Poor people won't be able to have privacy. If you don't believe me, check out this sample. If you're poor, you are most certainly seeking for work, and today, work services will urge you to use AI because directors of corporate engagement see a profit in it. They don't have to hire as many people, and they get something from whatever evil corporation is providing them with a solution. So Work AI will strip you of your data, hook you up like a street pusher, and then charge you a premium for the services. So the labor agency gets a piece of the cake, the corporation provider gets a piece, and you have to pay for the information you provided to them. After all that hustling, there is no assurance you will obtain the job. They take away your data, and you pay for it. The same computer is providing you with service, but not offering you a solution. Do you believe this is where it will end? Of course not. Next thing you know, they will be after your neuroelectrical activity. So what is Neuralink actually doing? It is an American neurotechnology startup formed in 2016 by Elon Musk and a group of scientists and engineers. The company is working on implantable brain-computer interfaces with the objective of returning autonomy to persons with unmet medical requirements and allegedly maximizing human potential. Neuralink is developing a fully implanted wireless BCI device with a high channel count. This consists of ultra-thin threads with 1,000 electrodes that can be accurately inserted into the brain using a surgical robot. Neuralink has drawn criticism for euthanizing a high number of monkeys during medical studies, as well as claims of difficulties from electrode implants. The long-term goal is to create symbiosis with artificial intelligence to treat brain and spinal disorders while also allowing for human augmentation. It's loosely interpreted as a corporate enhancement. Is there another way? Perhaps, but it is not cost effective. And in this society, it's all about being cost effective. We can simulate neural networks, but torturing monkeys appears to be a viable option. Effing fantastic. What does the future holds when it comes to transportation? Connected and autonomous vehicles, for sure. So-called CAVs, outfitted with IoT sensors, cameras, and communication systems, will play a significant role in intelligent mobility. These vehicles can gather and transmit real-time data, allowing for sophisticated features such as adaptive cruise control, collision avoidance, and optimal route planning. CAVs have the ability to alleviate traffic congestion, improve road safety, and increase fuel efficiency. I did not have that for my motorcycle. So Mate's powerful driver's assistance systems like the Rimac Automobili and intelligent software will provide revolutionary traffic management capabilities. His cars are outfitted with an extensive sensor suite that includes 9 cameras, light detection and ranging radar, and 12 ultrasonic sensors. This sensor data is processed by an internal supercomputer which can collect up to 6 terabytes of driving data each hour. And the system can quickly analyze the vehicle's surroundings and state, calculate the ideal course, and execute vehicle's directives in real time. Rimac's driver's coach feature gives the driver voice and visual advice, allowing them to enhance their driving abilities and performance. I mean, seriously, like, this guy is like a genius. Like, I don't know what's next. He just recently signed a contract with BMW to make like electric for BMW to make electric cars or batteries. I don't know, something like that. The integration of IoT with multimodal transit systems will result in smoother and more efficient transportation networks. IoT technology enables real-time information interchange, greater scheduling, and better coordination across multiple modes of transportation, including buses, trains, and shared mobility options. Collision avoidance systems and vehicle-to-vehicle communication will be key components of IoT-based transportation safety improvements. Furthermore, IoT-enabled predictive maintenance will help drivers and service centers avoid costly downtime by alerting them to potential issues. Connected vehicles will be an essential component of smart city programs, connecting with traffic signals, road signs, and other infrastructure to improve traffic flow and minimize congestion. Future smart cities. One was supposed to be built here in Toronto, but that didn't happen. God knows why. Future smart cities will rely heavily on IoT-enabled transportation systems. To summarize, the future of IoT in transportation looks very promising, with developments in connected and autonomous vehicles, intelligent traffic management, multimodal transit integration, increased safety, and seamless smart city integration, and so on and so on. Well, I'm pretty sure that owning a driving license or having a driving license in the future will be, more an exception than a rule. And also, after all of this traffic and, you drive through the city and you're just tired, you just simply want to unwind by going to the IMAX and watching something nice. But guess what? You are not alone. Even in a movie theater, they're tracking you. IoT-enabled cameras, lights, and other production equipment can collect real-time data to improve filmmaking efficiency. This contains features such as automatically alter camera settings and lighting based on surrounding conditions. IoT technology can enhance movie-going experiences by implementing smart cinema seats that monitor audience reactions and charge accordingly, as well as interactive experiences where viewers can affect the plot using their smartphones. Oh, this is really too much. Gathering audience data to modify marketing and distribution methods. This is nuts. Since you're a movie buff like me, I recommend you watch movies like Passengers, which depict advanced smart homes with cognitive bedrooms, interactive robots, and ubiquitous sensors. Then also Back to the Future 2, which portrayed wearable gadgets that look like a modern augmented reality glasses. And if you're more like a fan of a non-fiction, there is the Internet of Things by Samuel Greengard. This book gives an overview of the Internet of Things, including its history, trends, technical ecosystem, and future possibilities. Then Daniel Kelmarite and Daniel Obodovsky book, The Silent Intelligence, The Internet of Things, which explores the history, trends, technology, and future of IoT in sectors such as connected cities, homes, health, and cars. It includes views from industry specialists. Then Designing the Internet of Things by Adrian McEwen and Hakeem Kassimali is a book about the designing aspects of IoT, including hardware, software, and user experience. Also, Enterprise IoT Strategies and Best Practices for Connected Products and Services by Dirk Slama, Frank Pullman, Jim Morrish, and Rishi M. Bhatnagar. This practical guide outlines a technique for firms moving to IoT-based business models. Then The Amazon Way of IoT, 10 Principles for Every Leader from the World's Leading Internet of Things Strategies by Bruce Sinclair. And this book delves deeply into Amazon's IoT strategies and principles which other leaders can apply. IoT Incorporated, or How Your Company Can Use the Internet of Things to Win in the Outcome Economy by Bruce Sinclair, focuses on the commercial consequences and opportunities presented by IoT. Then Timothy Chuhl's Precision Principles, Practices, and Solutions for the Internet of Things provides a vendor-neutral approach. These books cover a wide range of IoT-related subjects such as technology, design, business strategies, and industry applications, making them great resources for individuals looking to learn about and implement IoT solutions. Alvin Toffler, one of the greatest futurologists of all time, was right. The world is speeding up. Future shock is here, so you better put that good old Herbie Hancock record and relax. Machines will save us. No more Adderall, chasing deadlines, and high mortality rate. Or is it? To me, it seems that we are evolving into the human equivalent of a high-speed engine. AI will allow organizations to make decisions much more quickly, and IoT will execute it even faster, causing life to feel like it is speeding up. Powerful AI systems will learn more about individuals than about themselves, putting society privacy obligations to the test. Governments at all levels will enact new AI laws and regulations, resulting in a thicket of AI law that complicates legal matters for enterprises. And when it comes to human-AI collaboration to alleviate concerns about AI's influence, there will be an emphasis on using AI to augment and partner with humans rather than completely replacing them. AI is expected to disrupt major industries such as education, healthcare, finance, transportation, and manufacturing, among others. Overall, the search results show that AI will become more prevalent and transformative across society in the future years, with both exciting promise and severe consequences that must be careful. Dangers are many: lack of physical hardening, insecure data storage and transfer, lack of visibility and device management, botnets, data breaches, critical infrastructure disruption, malware infections, compliance violations, cross-domain vulnerabilities, and supply chain attacks. IoT, like any other tool in our history, will be sufficiently incompetent to do anything on its own as long as the legislature does not begin imposing it on society as unavoidable things such as taxes for a variety of reasons, including safety and security, which is a common nonsense in a capitalistic society where anything can be a liability. You know how you stretch before work because the firm or the company is concerned about your health? Without a doubt, all they care about is that you don't get hurt so you don't sue them. And the same approach will be followed in the near future as well. We shall be required to have wearables so they can monitor us. Whatever free of IoT time we have left will be exchanged on a free market for traceable credits on our accounts. China might be an open big brother dictatorship, but we are heading there quickly. You think I'm too pessimistic? Wait and see. Until the next time, and forever into the bright future, stay away from unnecessary devices and stay selective.